I am showing a pretty detailed video of how I take all of my soiled implements, clean them, sanitize, and disinfect them. Those three things are three entirely different things. The word cleaning is defined as a medical process, which is scrubbing using soap and water or detergent to remove dirt, debris, and many other germs. Cleaning also removes any visible debris that interferes with the disinfection process. This here is going to be me cleaning all of my nail tools and my implements. I use regular palm olive soap. You can use Dove, Dawn, whatever soap agent you want to use. You can go ahead and use that. But I use palm olive, palm olive. You know what I'm talking about? The green soap. I have this colander, which I get from Marshall's, which I just put in my sink perfectly. This soil container is labeled soiled, and all of my dirty implements from the salon come in here. I take these home with me at the end of the day because you'll be so surprised how salon tools, as far as like nippers, cuticle pushers, are such a hot commodity in the salon, and they will come up missing, either if you just leave them on the sink or if you leave them in the barbicide for too long. I'm taking piping hot water, my soap, and I'm making a little bath. Basically, I'm going to get my bubbles going. In the blue container is just my drill bits, and in the colander is all of my tools as far as cuticle pushers, nippers, and cuticle cutters. And I do have a dry towel, which you see on the right hand side, which is where I'm going to be putting all of my clean stuff to let it completely air dry before I touch it with the next process. The next thing you're going to see me do is I'm putting the soap on the nail scrubbing brush, and I'm taking out the colander and putting all of the ones I've scrubbed entirely into the soapy water. I'm doing the handles, I'm doing the jaw of the toenail clippers, I'm doing the entire thing, all the nooks and crannies, because all that toe jam junk, nail jam junk that gets from the clients, like all the stuff you're taking off, does get cooped up in there per client. So just making sure you're scrubbing your handles down and getting in between that jaw. And then for the cuticle pushers, same thing. Make sure you're really getting your handle, because the part you touch, obviously you touch their foot, you touch the handle, you go back and put it on their foot. So just making sure you're cleaning literally every surface on all of these nail tools. I also want to add that I really have gotten in a habit of scrubbing away from me, and keeping in mind I am wearing gloves, and I also do wear eyewear protection, like just glasses basically. And I'm always trying to scrub away from me because, how do I say, like, these have touched clients' hands and fingers, and we all know what can be transferred through the contact of those two things. So yeah, remember, these implements are dirty. Even though you're wearing gloves, you don't want to poke yourself with the nippers or the cuticle pusher. So scrubbing away from you, keeping the pointed end away at all times as far as like from my skin, and having a firm grip on these tools is so important. Gloves, of course, are important. If you do this bare hand, like, I don't know about you. You are very, very, very strong, but I cannot do it. So just keeping that in mind, scrubbing away from you. now taking all of the soap and now taking all of the soap off of everything and just rinsing them. Again, this water is piping hot. And I'm going to rinse that out, and then I'm also going to be rinsing these that I've already scrubbed with my nail brush. Once I'm done with that, I rinse this out, and then I'm going to do the same process to any container I use my soiled implements to be held in, because if you think about it like that, shit is just as dirty. So taking some soap, taking the nail art brush, and just really getting in there with that. I'm gonna clean that, and I'm also gonna be cleaning the colander once I'm finished with it as well. Once I have scrubbed all of these things that I keep my soiled implements in, I'm going to be giving my tools an extra rinse with, like, again, this water is so hot, like as hot as you can get your water to be. Please make this be hot water, not lukewarm, not cold water. It's not a rinse. You need this to be really hot water. I'm going to now take all of my implements and just rinse all of that soap off and just really run them down with this water. And again, this is also a colander, so the water is just draining out the bottom, just so y'all know. I get this mat from Marshall's in the kitchen section. This is actually like a dish drying mat that you would normally put like your dish rack on, but I just use it for this purpose. Every time I'm done cleaning my implements, this gets taken to the laundromat along with my nail towels and cleaned with bleach. So I don't really do this like without making sure the mat is clean, if that makes sense. Here nor there, I take all the tools and I take them out of the colander and I put them on the mat and I wait for them to dry completely. Like, I don't want any water left over before I go and do my barbicide dip. So I'm just gonna clean the colander, let these air dry, and then I'm gonna show y'all when I'm making a fresh batch of barbicide, and kind of like, it's really easy to do that, but like I show y'all the process of just me putting them in there and making the barbicide. barbicide, depending on what the bottle says, is what you do. Whatever it says, however many ounces of water per solution you need, that is what I put in my container. And then it's really just as simple as you just place all of your tools into the container. You want all the tools, when you close the lid, you want them to be totally submerged. You set your timer, you wait. I use tongs. Do not get in the habit of touching wet implements that have been submerged in barbicide with your bare hands, y'all. Barbicide will literally eat away at your skin. Please know that. Please, 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 please know that. Even those barbicide wipes that people be using, I see y'all sometimes using those with y'all bare hands. Barbicide eats away at organisms. We are organisms, y'all. You will have skin, or I'm not gonna say. Let me stop. Let me chill. I'm not being dramatic, but please, I really do stress the fact of wear the proper protection when you're messing with these chemicals, because these are chemicals. Sanitizing is a chemical process used to reduce the number of disease-causing germs on surfaces to a safe level, which is what cleaning accomplishes. The word disinfecting is defined as a chemical process that uses a specific product to destroy organisms on non-porous surfaces. And that is why nail files, buffers, the pumice stones, those are items that are single-use items and cannot be disinfected because they are all porous items. So then I take my drill bits and I take the container out, because losing a drill bit in the bottom of this barbicide is terrible. So I put the drill bits in first, and then I go back and I place whatever it is I want to be putting on top. For something like this, I still see it's pretty gunked up with acrylic. I'm going to put it in a dabbing dish with some acetone. I'm just going to cover and completely submerge the thing in acetone. Wait a couple minutes, scrub it out with a brush, and the acrylic is gone. After everything has been cleaned, sanitized, disinfected, I typically put them in containers like this. State board does require you to have a lid on whatever container you're putting them in. So this is what I'm picking for this. And I also have this, which you have seen before, which goes on my rolling cart. And honestly, I just kind of split up a little bit of everybody. That way I always have some of something in every container. That way it doesn't matter what I pick up. I know like what I need is in here. Just like that. So that will be this container, and then the remainder will go in here. For little things like this, I keep them more or less in like the art supply box, just because this is kind of when I use them more than I do actually supplies for the natural nails. And then my drill bits go in this. I got this at Dollar Tree, y'all. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree, please, okay? And I just kind of categorize all of my drill bits in this. This is just a pillbox container. It's literally nothing special. And each one does have like dividers, so it's like half and half. So what I'll typically do is I'll take all of my sanding bands and put them into one. They're not all gonna fit, so I do use a couple. And then my cuticle bits, I like to keep all in one container. And then they'll just go right back in here. My extra coarse bits, I keep in one just by themselves. That way it's just easily known that like everything in there is super coarse. The ones that don't have safeties, I put in here. Technically, this is a safety bit. And then the ones that do have safeties, I put on the other side. And then they all just keep in here. And again, for the sanding bands, for the mandrel bit, I just keep the bands on the bottom. That way I know if I grab this, I have like drill bits, sanding bands. I don't have to like go anywhere else for anything. And again, those sanding bands are these ones here. So I just keep a few of these in there, brand new. Once I use it on the drill bit, they go right in the trash, and then that's literally it. And that is how I store all of my clean implements. This is the way you should be keeping your stuff. It does have to say clean. Everything does say clean. They can no longer say, well, I'm not going to say that. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was informational. Please let me know if you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know some. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.